The human digestive system. The human digestive system is a remarkable biological assembly responsible for breaking down food into nutrients that the body can absorb and use for energy, growth, and cellular repair. This complex network of organs works in coordinated harmony, transforming everything we eat into the molecular building blocks necessary for life. Understanding how this system functions reveals the intricate processes that occur every time we consume a meal. The journey begins. The mouth. Digestion starts the moment food enters the mouth. The teeth mechanically break down food through chewing, a process called mastication, which increases the surface area available for chemical digestion. Simultaneously, salivary glands secrete saliva containing the enzyme amylase, which begins breaking down carbohydrates into simpler sugars. The tongue manipulates food, mixing it with saliva to form a soft mass called a bolus, which is then pushed to the back of the throat and swallowed. The esophagus, a muscular conduit. Once swallowed, the bolus travels down the esophagus, a muscular tube connecting the throat to the stomach. This journey occurs through peristalsis, rhythmic wave-like contractions of smooth muscle that propel food downward. The lower esophageal sphincter, a ring of muscle at the bottom of the esophagus, relaxes to allow food into the stomach and then contracts to prevent stomach acid from flowing backward, which can cause heartburn. The stomach, a churning chamber. The stomach serves as a temporary storage site and mixing chamber where food undergoes both mechanical and chemical digestion. The stomach's muscular walls contract vigorously, churning food and mixing it with gastric juices secreted by cells lining the stomach wall. These gastric juices contain hydrochloric acid, which creates an extremely acidic environment with a pH around 1.5 to 3.5, and pepsin, an enzyme that breaks down proteins into smaller peptides. The stomach's acidic environment also serves a protective function by killing many bacteria and pathogens that enter with food. The stomach lining produces a thick layer of mucus to protect itself from being digested by its own acid and enzymes. After several hours of churning and mixing, food becomes a semi-liquid substance called chyme, which is gradually released into the small intestine through the pyloric sphincter. The small intestine, absorption central. The small intestine is where the majority of digestion and nutrient absorption occurs. This remarkable organ measures approximately 20 feet in length and is divided into three sections: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The duodenum receives chyme from the stomach along with digestive enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver and gallbladder. Pancreatic enzymes break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats into their simplest forms: simple sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. Bile, produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder, emulsifies fats, breaking them into smaller droplets that enzymes can more easily digest. The inner surface of the small intestine is covered with millions of tiny, finger-like projections called villi, which further branch into microvilli. This creates an enormous surface area roughly equivalent to a tennis court, maximizing nutrient absorption. As nutrients are broken down into their molecular components, they pass through the intestinal wall and enter the bloodstream. Simple sugars and amino acids are absorbed directly into blood capillaries within the villi and transported to the liver for processing. Fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed into lymphatic vessels called lacteals before eventually entering the bloodstream. This absorption process is highly efficient, with the small intestine extracting nearly all usable nutrients from digested food. The liver and pancreas, chemical processes. The liver and pancreas, though not part of the digestive tract itself, play crucial roles in digestion. The liver produces bile, processes absorbed nutrients, detoxifies harmful substances, and stores vitamins and minerals. The pancreas secretes digestive enzymes and also produces hormones like insulin and glucagon that regulate blood sugar levels. These accessory organs ensure that the chemical environment in the small intestine remains optimal for digestion and that absorbed nutrients are properly processed. The large intestine, water recovery and waste management. After spending several hours in the small intestine, the remaining undigested material passes into the large intestine, or colon. This organ is approximately 5 feet long and has a much larger diameter than the small intestine. The primary functions of the large intestine are to absorb water and electrolytes from the remaining indigestible food matter and to store fecal waste before elimination. The large intestine houses trillions of beneficial bacteria that form the gut microbiome. These microorganisms ferment undigested carbohydrates, producing short-chain fatty acids that provide energy for colon cells and synthesizing certain vitamins like vitamin K and some B vitamins. The bacteria also help maintain immune function and protect against harmful pathogens. As water is absorbed, the waste material becomes more solid, forming feces. This waste is stored in the rectum until sufficient pressure triggers the urge to defecate. The anal sphincters, both internal and external, control the release of feces from the body, marking the end of the digestive journey. Regulation and coordination. The digestive system operates under both nervous and hormonal control. The enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain, contains over 100 million neurons embedded in the walls of the digestive tract, coordinating muscle contractions and secretions. Various hormones, including gastrin, secretin, and cholecystokinin, regulate digestive processes by signaling when to release enzymes, acid, and bile. The entire digestive process, from eating to elimination, typically takes between 24 and 72 hours, depending on the individual and what was consumed. This sophisticated system exemplifies the body's remarkable ability to extract essential nutrients from diverse foods while maintaining protective barriers against harmful substances.